Wednesday. This is day 4 of our new year High Vibe Habits. And I wanted to pick something really quick because I just have a couple minutes. And it's also something that I think is right up there with everything that's really fundamental that we've gone over with habits. So we're increasing our water intake for hydration. We're eating healthy whole foods. We are being mindful of everything that we're putting into our bodies and getting a proper amount of rest. And the next thing that I would say that I think is really critical, especially in this modern world we all live in, is we literally have to schedule time to do 2 minutes every single day, just 2 minutes of absolutely nothing, and focus on breathing deeply. So this is a conscious breath. So unless you're someone who practices yoga regularly or some kind of a meditation practice, probably your body is not getting a full, nourishing, deep breath because it's statistically reported like we have 20,000 or so unconscious breaths every single day, which is amazing. This body is amazing that it is equipped with the capacity to just breathe without doing anything on autopilot. However, the quality of the breath is really important. We notice, that's providing proper oxygenation to our body for all kinds of things. Your energy, your mental and physical well-being, and adversely, having this really shallow, unconscious breathing constantly in our days can be really adversely affected. It'll impact your sleep, and poor sleep patterns will also increase that amount of shallowness in your breath. Things like your posture can affect your breath quality and the oxygenation, different environmental things that you might be exposed to, environmental toxins. It'll also, smoking, of course, allergies and congestion, excess weight, things of this type of nature, and also stress and tension. So shallow breathing is accompanied with all of that stuff, all those different things that we could see. Whereas deep breathing and consciously, really allowing that breath to come in is going to reduce tension, clear your mind. It's why you feel so good and euphoric after an hour or longer yoga practice where you're really focusing on the breath and bringing in more oxygen to all of your cells. It's flooding every cell in your body, nourishing it, nourishing your mind, clearing your mind. It also improves your digestion, the overall blood quality, which impacts your brain, your heart, your hormones, your nervous system. So all of the oxygenation that's happening is pretty critical in our system. And spending just 2 minutes every single day, something that I literally do is put in my phone calendar, like deep breathe, and just 2 minutes. What I'm going to do is post a couple of links under this video with like a little 2-minute snippet of background music to help you plug in and focus for 2 minutes. And your deep breathing can also be accompanied by some type of an intention, mantra, positive affirmation. It does tend to just amplify the process, but it's not necessary. One very simple one that I use on the fly all the time and use it when I need to kind of reset myself if I'm experiencing something that's challenging or I'm finding myself like in a crazy state and I want to pull myself out of it, is to use the mantra, just this. So on an inhale breath, just, and on an exhale breath, this. And I find that it brings me back to what really matters. I taught a yoga class today, and part of my overall theme was this idea of this new year and change. And we're all, kind of trying to like reinvent ourselves and find things that we want to change. And of course, in this group, I feel like everyone's really trying to dedicate themselves to new habits, making sure that they're doing all these fundamental things that we all know we should be doing. But the breath, it's an amazing thing. No matter what your body has ever looked like in all of your existence, from infancy to being an elder person, you are always accompanied with that breath. It's the one thing that is never going to change. It's always going to be there for us. However, consciously or unconsciously, I think the quality and the more we can put our attention on a breath, the more it's really going to serve us when we give it what it's intended to do for us. So I'll also post a link of some great affirmations, mantras, whatever you want to call it, intentions. And you can certainly pick those as you go through your days this month and give yourself something to kind of focus on. And of course, you can write them yourselves, as pertinent as they may be for your life. But I think you'll find it helpful, hopefully. And what I would suggest, there's a lot of different breathing techniques called pranayamas that you can do. I think a really nice simple one for a 2-minute exercise every day is just to focus on filling the air when you breathe in through your belly and like puffing out your belly as you're filling up the belly. You're filling up a really deep quality of breath on the inhale, and doing that really nice and deep to the count of 2, and exhaling it really slowly as you contract and empty out the belly really slowly to the count of 4. So inhale 2, exhale 4, and it can be on a slower pace so that you're really getting nice, long, extended, deep, conscious breath. And I think obviously it's helpful if you can find a nice, comfortable environment where you can really get blissed out after a couple minutes. But you could totally do this in the car. If you're waiting in line somewhere, you can put your headphones on and do this throughout the day. As often as you think of doing it is probably when you should be doing it. But I would highly recommend you do it at least once a day at some point in your day. It can even be when you first wake up. I've done that before getting out of bed, and just saying, before I get up, I'm going to focus on some really nice deep breathing and set my intention for how I want to get out of bed and greet this day and greet my life. So, yeah. Possibly, if you want, you could even add on 10 seconds or so every day. And then maybe by the end of the month, you'll have yourself a pretty solid meditation practice. So that is my little high vibe tip of the day habit that I think is really valuable for all people. And yeah, if you have any other questions or comments. Hey, Laura's on. Hi, Laura. How's it going? How's everything going in your world? Laura and I are a big fan of breathing and see the benefits. You will notice after 2 minutes that you feel incredibly calmed, grounded in just 2 minutes. Any anxiety, stress that you may have been feeling will be lessened. And overall, maybe heart rates are lower. It's an incredible thing what focusing on some deep breaths and just kind of letting everything else melt away for a couple of minutes will be. And it's going to nourish your whole body and all the cells in your physical body as well as your mental body. So, but you may also notice how incredibly long 2 minutes can be. It can be real uncomfortable to sit with yourself at first for 2 minutes in silence if you've never done it before. It's kind of wacky. Oh, nice. My kids are like totally being loud in their room, like screaming, playing family. So I'm glad you caught it. So that's great. I know it's a little late today, but it's a great thing to do before bed. It's a cool thing to add into your bedtime routine. And of course, you can pick it up tomorrow if that works for you. And I think, yeah, that's about it for today. So check out the links that I post and pair that with it and get on some deep breathing. All right. Hope you guys have a beautiful night, and we'll catch you tomorrow.